tutorial I'm going to show you a simple method for making a character's eye blink. The main method for doing this is really to use bones, but as an alternative you can use what's called a progressive morph. Morphs work in a linear fashion, whereas bones will rotate around a pivot point. A morph will always move from point A to point B in a straight line. So in order to run that surface over a curve like an eyeball, you need to essentially have A, B, C as your points, and it'll work around that surface in that manner. So what I've had to do here is produce a morph where the eye is half closed over the eye, and another morph where the eye is fully closed. What that allows me to do is go into my main character here, go down to editable poly, and drop on top of that a morpher. And what I can do then is simply right click, pick from scene, pick my first morph target, which will just do that as you would expect. And if we look at what happens if we just pick the second one, so I click on the second one, pick from scene, and apply that, if I apply that at 100%, you'll see that at that point there it cuts through, and you see the eyeball cutting through. So that's the linear problem I was talking about. However, if we go back to here, right click, pick from scene, and click the second head, and we move down here, you'll see that I've now got two morph targets in my list, Kev 1, Kev 2. You can change the order of these using these arrows here, and if we do the same thing and scroll that down, you'll see that it uses both of those morph targets. Now currently it's snapping a little bit, because that's sort of like snap that's going on there. That's related to this tension parameter here. If we reduce this to 0, that will get worse. So if I do that, see that it goes to that point and then waits and then goes to the next point. So therefore, if we go here and we increase this to its maximum of 1, and again just drag this down, it will now smoothly move between those. Now you can see that there's some clunkiness to the construction of these morph targets. There's probably other things that I need to do. You could of course create 3 or even 4 morph targets very carefully to produce a really nice subtle blink, but that's just to demonstrate the process. It's up to you really to produce a blink that works brilliantly. I'll be using bones myself.